Hello, welcome to another tonal landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy. And the painting I'm bringing you today is called River to the Sea. It's 4 by 6 and I painted this a couple days ago. I'm real happy with it and yeah, real glad to share it with you. Hopefully you'll get something from watching me put this little beauty together. No, I did paint the scene a long time ago, and I painted it as a square. And it's very interesting. I've had successes with the square format, but it can be difficult sometimes. I think rectangles are actually a lot easier, whether they're vertical or horizontal. Yeah. That said, I have done successful square paintings, and one thing I'd heard, I don't know, years ago was that a lot of the old masters, when they did a square painting, would make sure that it wasn't exactly square. So, say it was 12 by 12, they might have it 12 and a quarter by 12 or something like that. Which I can see because it's so stable. It's very stagnant. I'm not saying you can't make a good painting with the square. Lots of people do. I have done, but you should be aware of it if you're going to go after that. Anyway, what I did with my reference was I kind of went in and cropped it, squeezed it, moved it, and I'm real happy with how it turned out. Now, there was a lot of things in this painting that were kind of vague. I wasn't sure how I was going to handle them. That's every day. That's every day when I sit down to paint almost. There are times when I have a good sense of what I'm doing, and I've been looking at a lot of landscape painting books lately because I'm working on a project. And one thing that was in one of the books was like always have a really good idea where you're headed. And it's like, yeah, I kind of do. But sometimes I don't. What I do have is a process that supports me, which you see me doing now. I'm doing it. Well, it starts actually with having a board cut and ready to paint on, or buying something, I guess. This is 4 by 6, which is a size I really favor, and I sell quite a few of because they're nice little mini paintings. They look great, nice big fat frame too. I have those boards prepped, and I have a bunch ready to paint. So when I come in the morning, I go, well, what size do I feel like working today? Now, I have really been favoring 6 by 8 quite a lot, but the galleries do like these minis. They go for a bit less, although I don't know why I sell them for less since they seem to take the same amount of time, but whatever. You've got to have a spread of price points. Not everyone's walking around with 300 or 400 bucks in their pocket. So that's one of the reasons why I do still do it. And I this came out really well, and I feel like I might want to do it as an 8 by 12 again later. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about process, right? So I have the boards prepped and ready to go, and then I have a folder full of reference images. So in some case, it's pretty extensive now because I've been collecting a lot of different things. Sometimes it might be scenes I painted before. Sometimes it might be just raw photographs, and in that case, I'm going to have to do some work in the studio. It might be as simple as just sticking in the sky, or it could be a lot more involved. And well, that's another thing I really wanted to talk to you about. Maybe we'll pivot to that because I have talked about process quite a lot. I want to talk maybe about the AIs. And a lot of people are freaking out because the AI does really good art. It writes pretty well too, as long as it's not writing fiction. Um, it's quite handy for certain images that have like problem areas. I was just doing now it wasn't this one, but it kind of like this actually does have a bit of a serpentine trunk, and this tree I wanted to manipulate had a really weird trunk coming up and zooming down, and I just selected that whole bit, and in Photoshop I just clicked generate to see what, leaving bits of things I wanted it to connect, and it's so brilliant. I mean, it doesn't always do a great job, but since I don't really care if it's perfect, I just need something that's going to inspire my painting. I think it's perfect for that. And kind of one of the things with the AI I wanted to get into is like people are freaking out because they are very focused on the end product. They're focused on making a painting or writing a story or an essay or whatever it is. Music is also another area where it's really, really very creates very effective stuff. Especially in, like, say, if you want elevator music or something like that, it's going to do a brilliant job for you. Or beats for rap songs and things like that. But that said, the thing about and we got the book coming up, but I'm going to start going on the thing that I want to maybe communicate to you, my insights as a working professional artist about, this new kid on the block, the new kid in town, who is wonderful. Frankly, I that problem it solved with my reference was great. I had composited that reference. Oh, wait, we got the book coming up. We're going to pick this up on the other side of the book. The book contains 13 hard-won years of painting experience. At the time of the writing, I have even more experience. But the book holds up. It's designed to be instructional and help you get through your own paintings. There's some tutorials in there, where I just take you through painting different types of scenes. And a lot of people seem to love it. So $60 US, international shipping is included. Check it out. All right. Yeah, so in that case, the AI was able to save that bit of reference for me. And funny enough, that was a square as well, which I cropped into a vertical. Um, I don't know if I used it here. I don't think I needed to. It's not like I will always use it, but it's great for solving problems. And getting back to what I was going to say, if people have a lot of fear of AI, I've noticed that if I don't ask it to do anything, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't have an agenda. Its whole agenda is to serve us. And what this means is that for us as contemporary artists, we really need to focus on what it is we want to do. And if it's painting, which is what this channel is about, and I'll just keep it to painting since that's what this channel is about, you want to do paintings. Now, the AI can't do paintings, and that's why it's a great place to, sort of inhabit. If you're into doing real slick anime type characters, you might be laying awake at night worrying about how the AI is either A, stealing your stuff, or B, doing it better than you. Well, and as far as that issue goes, yes, the AI can do a lot of things better than a lot of us, but that's nothing new if you think about it. I mean, I've been painting for a long time, and there's a lot of painters that are better than me, and I don't worry too much about that because what I try to worry about is just expressing myself and what I am and what you are, for that matter, is a unique individual. There never's going to be anyone else like me or you ever, ever again. So when you decide to make a painting or any creative work, that's what you should be putting your focus on, and not to say write about yourself or anything like that. What I'm saying is that your perspective is unique. And in fact, for this project I've been working on, I have been taking some notes. And one of the things I wanted to communicate to people is to embrace your own funky self. Don't worry about the people that do things at a much technically higher level than you can, or that are able to paint or draw things that you can only dream of painting or drawing. Don't worry about that. Worry about what it is that you want to do, and then do the heck out of it. Really do a lot of it. If you do, things are going to come together. You're going to start to express yourself as an individual. Now, the AI can be a heck of a time saver, like I said. Reference is very, very critical to the painting process. Now, maybe you're going out into the landscape with your easel and you're doing plein air paintings, and if that's the case, good on you. That's something that I think can be incredibly difficult because you're getting hit with, full on detail, information overload when you're sitting in front of a landscape outdoors. Now that can be healthy and helpful. Sure, you're going to have to find a picture and then start making it. And one of the things it does have kind of going for it is, well, it has a lot going for it, but one of the main things is that if you're a painter starting out, is that you're not going to be able to dawdle too long because that light's shifting and moving. So that is good. And I do recommend if you haven't done any outdoor painting, give it a try. I have, and I don't particularly like it. I am I'm really into control. I like to have control of the light. I like to have control of the scene I'm painting. And getting back to what I was saying about that reference, it's very critical that the reference is good. If the reference is crap and there's too many things wrong with it that you're not fixing, you're going to make a bad painting, no question. Now, all that said, when I have the reference in front of me, I make endless changes. I don't slavishly copy the reference. I don't use a projector to project the image onto a board, trace it, and then fill everything in like it was a coloring book. You know, that doesn't work, by the way. If you want to try it, you're welcome to. But what works better is to have some good reference that's inspiring. And if you can spot things that you think are weird or that you don't like, you can definitely fix them in Photoshop. If you can't fix them in Photoshop, you can fix them while you're doing the painting. And that's the case lots of times where I'm not able actually to get Photoshop, even with its enhanced AI capabilities, to give me something that's going to be perfect. But I always make a note. I don't like this. I don't like that. Lots of times it might be the twist of a tree or where a shadow falls or the absence of a strong light source. It could be any number of things. Like trying to install a light source in Photoshop with the AI, you're going to have an uphill battle. Replacing a tree, a car, a person, easy, very easy to do, and that's very helpful. I try to get the reference image to be as inspiring as possible, and I find that the AI is so helpful for that. Now, what it's not good at is doing the paintings. It doesn't do anything, actually, if I don't ask it to. I have found as well, I've been using it for some writing projects and and it's incredible. And one of the reasons that I think it's so incredible is because I was quite rebellious as a high schooler student, and pretty reasonably intelligent guy. I did understand things like the English language, but I really resented all the rules. I resented the spelling. I resented a lot of it, and so for that reason, didn't really hunker down and focus when I should have as a young man. Now on my blog, if you've been on my blog, especially the older blogs, my wife was helping me for years. She is educated. And I can a lot of times tell where things are wrong or faulty, but if you ask me, "Whoa, where do you use a semicolon instead of a colon?" I'd be like, I think it's this or I think it's that, but I wasn't paying attention that day. Anyway, getting my point, the AI does know all those rules, and so it can take the substance of what you're saying a lot of times and output something that is, quite good. What it's missing is the personality, though. It won't have your unique personality, and there will definitely need to be a balance struck there. I don't know much about that because I'm just been playing with that, but certainly that is the driving force when I'm using the AI to help me with my reference photography in Photoshop. It's so awesome. It's worth having Photoshop now, and I've really resented having to pay a monthly fee because I've been in Photoshop since 96, 95 actually, 96. I had paid for, after a period of initial training, paid for the full version, which was really expensive back then, $700, $800. And I wouldn't upgrade every year, but I upgraded on the reg, and because I was actually working as a professional from 97, professional illustrator, commercial illustrator, and I was working in the computer every day, so that was my tool, and I used it. I paid for it, and I loved it. But I sure didn't like when you don't own the software anymore, and then you got to pay the monthly toll, the monthly tax. Don't love it, but I have to say I really love the AI. I really love how it helps me. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you're having a great week, and until I come back with another video for your, hopefully for your edification and enjoyment, do me a favor, do me a solid. Take good care of yourself, your family, all your loved ones. Stay out of trouble. God bless you and your family, and fight the power.